Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Learnopedia Let's Succeed. Now this is a continuation video of the chapter we started in the last video, that is the second chapter of geometry, Pythagoras theorem. So let's see what are the topics we are going to cover in this video. First is the Pythagoras theorem derivation. Now in the last video we learned the statement of Pythagoras theorem. In this we are going to see the derivation of it. Next is the converse of Pythagoras theorem. After that, application of Pythagoras theorem. And the last is the Apollonius theorem. And here your chapter ends with these topics. Okay. So let's see these topics one by one. Now the first topic is Pythagoras theorem. And we all know what a Pythagoras theorem is, right? The only thing we are going to do here is to prove that theorem. Now the statement of the theorem is, in a right angle triangle, the square of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares of the remaining two sides. This is what we are going to prove. For that, the given statement is, in triangle ABC, angle ABC is equal to 90 degree. Now they have given us a right angle triangle in which the angle B is equal to 90 degree. What we have to prove is hypotenuse ka square is equal to remaining two sides ka square. That is AB square plus BC square. Hypotenuse is AC square. So that means AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. This is what we are going to prove. For that, we need to do a small construction. That is, we have to draw a perpendicular line from vertex B to the hypotenuse AC. This is the line segment which we have to draw and which is perpendicular to the hypotenuse AC. And also they have given us this thing, which means that ADC is equal to, ADC, it lies in the same line in which D is between A and C. This is what this denotes, okay? So let's see what is the proof for this theorem. In right angle triangle ABC, segment BD is perpendicular to hypotenuse AC. This is what we have got from the construction, okay? Therefore, triangle ABC is similar to triangle ADB is similar to triangle BDC. Similarity of right angle triangles. This thing, if you have noticed that after drawing this perpendicular from the vertex B to the hypotenuse, we get three right angle triangles. That is ABD or ADB. Then the next is BDC. And the bigger one, that is ABC. So we get three triangles, and if you remember, we have already learned this theorem, that is similarity of right angle triangles, in which we proved all the three triangles to be similar. If you have not watched that video in which I have explained this, that means the previous video, you can just watch it. I have provided the link in the description box. Okay, moving ahead. If now we are going to consider the first two triangles, that is the triangle ABC is similar to triangle ADB. That means we can just draw it separately. If we draw it ABC, this is a right angle triangle, right? So here is this, and the second triangle is ADB. So this thing, ADB. Why I have drawn it like this is because 90 should be on the same side, right? Also the vertex A is common in both, so A will remain on the upper side. So this is how we can draw it. And if you remember that the ratio of sides of corresponding sides of similar triangles are equal. That is, in this, AB upon AD is equal to BC upon DB is equal to AC upon AB. So this is what we get, corresponding sides ka ratio, if they are similar triangles. If not, it is a similar triangles, they are similar triangles, hence we get this ratio. Okay, I forgot to tell you one thing. In this we have to just get this thing so that we can just equate it to this. Okay, for that we need to remove AB square प्लस BC स्क्वायर, मतलब AB स्क्वायर की टर्म निकालनी होगी और BC स्क्वायर की टर्म निकालनी होगी. दैट इफ वी ऐड we will get AC square. This is how we have to do, and for that we have taken this ratio here. And now we are going to equate these two terms, that is AB upon AD and AC upon AB. This is because if we cross multiply these terms, we will get AB square from it. AB square is equal to AD into AC, right? So this is what we get from this ratio, that is the first two triangles ka ratio. Next, let's see what are we going to do. Next is, we are going to take the bigger triangle and the smaller second triangle, that is the triangle ABC. Again we will draw it here, sorry, A, B and C, and this is the triangle BDC. So this is C here, B here, the vertex C is common, and the D angle is perpendicular, sorry, a 90 degree, and therefore it is drawn like this. So these are the two triangles. If we take the ratio of the corresponding sides, we will get AB upon BD is equal to BC upon DC is equal to AC upon BC. This is what we get, this full ratio. Okay. Next thing we will equate here. Okay, wait, this equal to sign is not there. If we equate the second and the third terms, then we will get BC square, because what we want is AB square plus BC square, right? So if we equate the last two terms, that is this BC upon DC is equal to AC upon BC, then we will get BC square is equal to DC into AC after cross multiplication. This term ka cross multiplication kiya, so we will get BC square is equal to DC into AC. Now we are going to add those terms, that is AB square plus BC square. So we will get it as AD into AC plus DC into BC. Now if you notice here, thus AC is common in both the terms. So we'll take it common and write it as AC into bracket mein AD plus DC. Now in this triangle, that is the main triangle ABC, we have drawn the perpendicular line here, which is this from the vertex B. So this AD and plus DC, we will get the full length AC, right? So AC into this term is AD plus DC. So we will get here AC, and again AC into AC is AC square. Hence this is equal to this, and this is what we want, right? So this is what we have proved. And this is how we prove the Pythagoras theorem. Now there is converse of Pythagoras theorem. We will see it right now. So I hope you have understood this theorem. Now the next topic is converse of Pythagoras theorem. Now we all know what this converse means. It means that it is the ulta of that theorem. So basically we have learned this in the first chapter of geometry, and converse means we have just proved the Pythagoras theorem, right? So here in the converse we are going to do the opposite thing for this. So let's see, you will get to understand it, what I am saying right now. So the statement is, in a triangle, if the square of one side is equal to the sum of the squares of the remaining two sides, then the triangle is a right angle triangle. Now it is not given here that it is a right angle triangle. It is any triangle in which they have given that one side ka square is equal to the other two sides, sum of the other two sides ka square. So basically they have not given us a right angle triangle, and they have given this statement, okay? And what we have to prove is that triangle is 90 degree right angle triangle. So we have to prove that angle ABC is equal to 90 degree. For that we need to construct another triangle, that is triangle PQR, such that the length of AB and PQ should be equal. Also the length of BC and QR should be equal, and the angle PQR should be 90 degree. So this is not already 90 degree. We have to prove this to be 90 degree, because I have just put the mark there, but it is not 90 degree, okay? So next thing, let's see how we are going to prove that. Now if we consider this triangle, that is in triangle PQR, we have angle Q is equal to 90 degree, right? So according to Pythagoras theorem, what we will get is PR square is equal to PQ square plus QR square. But we know from the construction we have got AB is equal to PQ. So we can substitute PQ by AB, right? And BC is equal to QR. So also we can substitute QR is equal to BC here. So what we will get is AB square plus BC square. But we also know that it is given that AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. So we can just substitute that here, that is in the place of AB square plus BC square, we can just substitute it by AC square. So therefore we get as PR square is equal to AC square. And therefore if we take square root on both these sides, we will get it as PR is equal to AC. Now since we have got all the three sides of the triangles to be equal in both the triangles, we can say that triangle ABC is similar to triangle PQR by SSS test. Congruent to triangle PQR by SSS test, because they are perfectly coinciding with each other, and we have learned this in our first chapter. So this is, we can say that triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR. Now your congruency sign is a little wrong. There should be something like this over the equal to sign, so you can just understand maybe. And triangle, if these two triangles are congruent, then their angles will be equal, right? So in triangle PQR, it is given that angle Q is equal to 90 degree. Therefore the angle corresponding to it, that is B, will be equal to 90 degree, right? So this is how we get angle ABC is equal to angle PQR is equal to 90 degree. So this is how we prove the converse of Pythagoras theorem, but it is not that important. Only thing you have to remember that is if they have given AB square is equal to AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square, then it is a right angle triangle. So just remember that, because it is not asked in your exams to prove this theorem. Yes, so let's move to the next topic now. Moving to the next topic, that is the application of Pythagoras theorem. Till now we learned Pythagoras theorem, converse of Pythagoras theorem, in which we considered the triangle to be an right angled triangle, and we got the relation between the hypotenuse and the remaining two sides of the triangle. But in this case, that is the application of Pythagoras theorem, we are going to see a simple triangle, that is, it is not a right angle triangle. Remember this thing. And in that we are going to consider two different cases, that is if the triangle is an acute angle triangle and if the triangle is an obtuse angle triangle. So these are the two cases we are going to see, and we are going to see the relationship between the three sides of the triangles. So let's see the first case, that is the acute angle triangle case. So they have given this triangle, that is triangle ABC. In this, let me select the highlighter, and this is the triangle ABC, and in that angle C is an acute angle triangle, acute angle. So that means it is less than 90 degree. Also they have given that segment AD is perpendicular to the segment BC. Then we get the relationship between the side opposite to the acute angle, that is AB is equal to AB square is equal to BC square plus AC square minus 2BC into DC. Now how did we got this is, we have to prove this. Now I have not taken the proof here because I want you to derive it on your own. It would be helpful for you, and it is given in your textbook. Just try to understand it. Using Pythagoras theorem, you have to prove this thing, right? So try it on your own, you will get to know more about it. Let's see the next thing. I have just taken the relationship here because I don't want to just give you everything, and I want you to prove it on your own because it would be helpful for you. Next triangle is an obtuse angle triangle, in which they have given this triangle ABC, and in that ACB is an obtuse angle, which means it is greater than 90 degree. So also they have given that if we extend this line, that is BC, and we draw segment AD perpendicular to this BC, so we will get it as the relationship between, now this is the obtuse angle, right? So opposite side is AB. We will get the relationship between the opposite side of the angle and the remaining two sides. So this is the thing we get, that is AB square is equal to BC square plus AC square plus 2BC into CD. Now remember, it is minus here and it is plus here. You need to remember these things, as no one is going to ask you the proof in the exam. So, but try to solve it on your own, right? You will get it. Let's see the next topic now. It is only this topic is only asked in your questions for solving the questions and finding the lengths of the triangle. So nothing great in that. You just remember these things, these two formulas, and you will get to solve the sums. So let's see the next topic now. Now moving to the next topic, that is the Apollonius theorem. In this theorem, we will get the relationship between the median of the triangle and the sides of the triangle. Now while proving this theorem, we need to consider two things, basic things, that is we have to see it's the midpoint wala concept, and we have to, while proving the theorem, we have to use the Pythagoras theorem. So these two things we have to remember while proving the entire theorem. Okay, now let's see what is the statement of the theorem. In triangle ABC, if M is the midpoint of side BC, then A square plus AC square is equal to 2AM square plus 2BM square. Now what we have to prove is left hand side ka square plus right hand side ka square is equal to 2 times median ka square plus 2 times half of the base ka square, right? Then now why did I say half of the base ka square? Because M is the midpoint of this segment, so we can say BM is equal to MC. Like BC is divided into two equal parts, so it is, if it is divided into two equal parts, then we can say it as BM is equal to MC is equal to half of BC, right? This is what we get from the midpoint thing. And also they have given now this is the given thing I have already told you, that is in triangle ABC, M is the midpoint of the side BC. And what we have to prove is AB square plus AC square is equal to 2AM square plus 2BM square. I already told you this. Now while considering the triangle, the only given thing in that is this is the triangle, and BC has a midpoint of M. So ABC, so AM will be its median. So this is the given triangle. Okay, and here, as I said, we have to use the Pythagoras theorem while proving this theorem, while getting the proof for this theorem. So how can we consider the Pythagoras theorem here when we do not have the right angle triangles here? We need right angle triangles for the Pythagoras theorem, right? So for that we need to do a small construction, that is we have to draw a perpendicular line from the point A to the base BC. This they have given here, and we get this thing. After we draw a perpendicular from the point A, we get three right angle triangles, that is ADC, then ADM, and this one ADB. So these are the three triangles which we get. Now using these three right angle triangles, we have to prove the entire theorem. Okay, so first let's see. On the left hand side, what it is given, that AB square plus AC square is equal to, this is the right hand side, that is 2AM square plus 2BM square. Now we will consider the left hand side, that is AB square plus AC square, because it is easy to get the values of AB square and AC square from using the Pythagoras theorem, right? So let's see. First, for getting the value of, let's see, considering LHS, we have AB square plus AC square. Now first we need to get the value of AB square. Now how we will get that value is we have to consider this right angle triangle, right? Because this is the hypotenuse. AB square, AB will be its hypotenuse. So we will easily get the value of AB square from this by using Pythagoras theorem. So in triangle ADB, we can say AB square is equal to AD square plus BD square, right? Now if you notice here in this triangle, that is this ADB, let me clear these things so that it would be clear for you, because it's too messy here. So I just clear everything, and this is B, this is C, D and M. So if we look at this triangle, that is ADB, here we can see these 3 points, that is B, M and D, lie on the same line, and we can say that BD is equal to BM plus MD from it, because this is the middle point of this. Middle we cannot say, but these three points lie on the same line, and this is what collinearity is. Collinearity means the 3 points lie in the same line. So let's see. First thing is BD is equal to BM plus MD. Now substituting this value of BD in this equation, so we will get AB square is equal to AD square plus this value substitute करने के बाद we will get BM plus MD whole square. Don't forget the square, okay? So AB square is equal to AD square plus BM square. I am expanding this bracket. So BM square plus 2BM into MD plus MD square. Now how did I expand this bracket is by using A plus B ka whole square ka formula. And this we got the first equation, that is AB square. We got the value of AB square from here. Now we have to get the value of AC square. Now how we will get that? We can get that value by using this triangle, that is ADC, right? Because this is the hypotenuse for this triangle, right? So we will easily get the value of AC. And let's see how we are going to do that. In triangle ADC, we can write it as AC square is equal to AD square plus CD square. Now again, in this thing, we can say that these 3 points are collinear. So can we write CD is equal to MC minus MD? So again we are going to substitute that in this equation. So CD is equal to MC minus just forgot it. So that is MD minus D, MC minus MD. MC minus MD. Now this value of CD we will substitute in the equation we got just now, that is AC square is equal to AD square plus CD square. So AC square is equal to AD square plus MC minus MD whole square is equal to AD square plus MC square. Again I am expanding this bracket, that is MC square plus MD square minus 2MC into MD. This is the second equation. Now we got the values of AB square and AC square. Just we have to do is add equation 1 and 2. Now adding equation 1 and 2. So what we will get is AB square plus AC square is equal to let me see, AB square की value is, where it is, so this thing, right, that is AD square plus BM square plus 2BM into MD, AD square plus BM square, this is BM square plus 2BM into MD plus MD square, and this AC की value is plus AD square plus MC square plus MD square minus 2MC into MD. Now this is a little confusing. You have to write it on yourself and just try to evaluate it. Okay, now you can see here we have two ADs, right? Again we have 2MD square, right? So we can just write it down and there would be a little less confusion in that. So let's see, AB square plus AC square is equal to 2BM square. I'm sorry, what we got is, yeah, 2AD square and not 2BM square. So I will just erase it. We got 2AD square plus 2MD square so these are the terms we evaluated. Next is, what we will do is, see, now in this we can just substitute this MC square by BM square. Why? Because we at the starting saw that BM is equal to MC, right? Because M is the midpoint of the segment BC. Now we can just substitute here MC square by BM square. So BM, and this is also BM square. So we will get it as plus 2BM square, right? Now I'm sorry for that. Now again this thing, that is okay, 2 in this also we can substitute BM, right? MC is equal to BM, this term minus 2MC into MD, we can substitute MC by BM, and we can see that plus 2BM into MD, and also here is minus 2BM into MD after substituting MC is equal to BM. So we can just cancel it out and all the terms are evaluated. So let's see what we get. Now we have got AB square plus AC square is equal to this 2BM square plus, now this AD square plus 2BM square we can just write it common, because 2AD square common thing, right? MD square, just so we took 2 common from both the terms and we wrote this. Now this is a whole bracket, okay? Just don't get confused because I have written it like this. but it is in the bracket that AD square plus MD square into whole bracket into 2. So now AD square plus MD square, can you see here this small triangle that is ADM? We can say that AD square plus MD square is equal to AM square by Pythagoras theorem. So we can just substitute this term by AM square. So we got 2BM square plus 2 AM square. Hence we have proved this, because what we wanted is this, right? AB square plus AC square is equal to 2BM square plus 2AM square. So we have got the required thing, and I know it is a little bit confusing, but yes, if you try it on your own, you will get to know. And yes, I agree, my handwriting is not that good here, but just try to understand what I have did and try it on yourself. Do it on yourself, you will get to know. Also, the first two parts which I have done, like by considering this triangle and again the second triangle, this is the proof for the application of Pythagoras theorem, right? This is the thing, this is the way you have to do it, the same way you have to do it by using the Pythagoras theorem only. Nothing else you have to do, because I have left that thing to you only. You have to prove it on your own. And if you have any doubts, you can just ask them in the comment section, right? So this is all for today. Let's see the summary now. So let's summarize what we have learned in this entire chapter. First, we got to know what a Pythagoras theorem is, and we knew it from our childhood, right? So in this video, we try to prove it and got to know how the Pythagoras theorem was derived. It gives us the relation between the hypotenuse and the sides of a right angle triangle. So the next thing which we learned is the Pythagorean triplet, in which we got to know that there are three numbers. From that three numbers, the greatest number ka square is equal to the sum of the remaining two numbers ka square, right? We learned this. This type of questions are generally not asked in your exams, like what is it a Pythagorean triplet or not, but since your syllabus has been changed or the paper pattern has been changed, it can be asked sometimes. So learn this concept also. The properties of right angle triangle, in which we learned the property of 30 60 90 and the property of 45 45 90. Now in 30 60 90, we got to know that the side opposite to the 30-degree angle is half of the hypotenuse, and the side opposite to 60-degree angle is root 3 by 2 times the hypotenuse. So this is what we learned in the property of 30 60 90 triangle. The next thing is the 45 45 and 90-degree property. So in that property, it says that the side opposite to the 45-degree angle is equal to 1 by root 2 times the hypotenuse. So this is what we learned in the properties of right angle triangles. Next was the similarity of right angle triangle theorem. Now in that theorem, we drew a perpendicular line from one of the vertex, that is the right angle triangle vertex, and we got three triangles, and we proved that three triangles to be similar to each other. So this is what we have done in that theorem. Next is the theorem of geometric mean. Now in the theorem of geometric mean, it gave us the relation between the side opposite to the 90-degree, that is the hypotenuse, if it is divided by the perpendicular drawn from the vertex of the 90-degree angle to the opposite side, that is the hypotenuse. Perpendicular line is drawn, then the hypotenuse gets divided into two parts, right? So we get the relation as the perpendicular line ka square drawn from the vertex to the hypotenuse is equal to the divided side का product, right? This is what we learned in that. If you have not seen or you have not got that concept, you can just go back, see that concept, pause for a second, think over it, and if you have any doubts, you can just ask it in the comment section. Moving to the next topic, that is the application of Pythagoras theorem, in which we learned the relationship between the sides of the triangles, three sides of the triangles, if the triangle is not a right angle triangle, right? So this is what we learned in the application of Pythagoras theorem, and in that two cases were considered. First was the acute angle triangle and second is the obtuse angle triangle. So these were the two cases and we got two relations between them. So if you can just see it. The next is the Apollonius theorem. In Apollonius theorem, we got the relation between the median of the triangle and the sides of the triangle. So this is what we have learned till now, and this is all. These are the topics for this chapter. So we will stop here, and in the next video, that is the next video which I will put, I will start the second chapter of algebra, that is quadratic equations. So stay tuned, and I hope you have understood this chapter very well. And also, if you have not subscribed my channel, please do like, share and subscribe it. And thank you for watching my video, guys.